Hello there, an absolutely sleepy person here. That is Lynx. Yes, I am sleepy as heck. But we have another visual novel straight from itch.io. Which is not really a surprise, given that I try to cover as many as possible now. We are playing today The Madness of Redacted, which is a horror visual novel. Last year's Spooktuber. Jam. Let's see what this is about. Anywho, there is actually a little description on the main screen, which is cool. By the way, this main screen looks pretty good as well. I like the blinking eye as well when we go over it. A curious journalist by day, author by night, he investigates the inexplicable case of a vanished scientist in Hamburg. Well, I mean, right now we all know who you could blame it on. In the early 20th century, okay, back then it would be a problem. Now, I would say it's pretty obvious. Or more like, very much easy to say who might have committed the crime. Uncovering the truth about his very own family history, he has to face the awakening of an ancient being. All the events I'm about to tell you are true. It was a foggy autumn day in my hometown, Hamburg. Everything happened during one single day and night. I'm writing all of this down because the world has to know. Because knowledge is the only thing that matters. My memory has become foggy these days, but I'm not allowed to forget the incident. Well, I didn't expect them to print my article that small. And it's over in the back to... Look at that font! Ah, that's very legible. I didn't even know you could print something so tiny. How dare they treat me like that? Well, it's not like this hasn't happened before. I guess the news these days like to focus on gossip rather than carefully investigating crimes. Yeah, I mean even now, to be honest. Dude, actually now, no, it's different. Now news are spreading bullshit all over again. Like complete. That's why I don't read news. But this new case was a curious one. It reminds me of another one from a few years ago, when I was still a rookie journalist. I wonder if somehow, by some chance, those cases are connected to each other. I think I should add my article to my wall of interesting cases. Yep, I think it fits perfectly here. What else do I have so far? Let me take a look. Click on a Highland article to read it. Here. Alright, so the one in the central is the newest one. Let's not click this one. Let's go here. This is one about the theft of a private collection that happened almost a decade ago. Okay. As far as I know, the collector remained anonymous. Unfortunately, the valuables were never retrieved. Theft of private collection in Hamburg. Several papyrus manuscripts were stolen on a Sunday night. All documents are of unknown monetary value, but the collector claims they have high historical value. The collector stated the manuscripts originate from the Mediterranean region. Sometimes I wonder what's written in the old scrolls like those. And if we can even decipher them. Yeah? Probably? We should stop opening the sarcophags though. This one is about a theft that actually happened during an auction. Whoa. The stolen objects were probably worth a lot if somebody was ready to undertake a risky operation like this. Or they had some personal motive for the act. A theft occurred during an auction for an art and historic artifacts in Munich. 2 stone tablets were stolen from the auction house storage room while security was preoccupied with the auction in the main room. Wow. The ancient origin of the tablets are still unknown. According to sources in attendance at the auction, the museum in Hamburg was interested in buying the pieces. Okay, seems like there is something going on really in Hamburg. Even though it was in Munich, still the connection to the Hamburg. This is an article from 3 years ago, when I just started out as a journalist. I didn't write it myself. In fact, I have no idea who wrote about the incident back then. But I do know that the article was published in the Sunday newspaper in Berlin. It says, on a Thursday night, a historic artifact was stolen from the Museum of Berlin. Nothing was broken and no alarms was activated during the break-in. It is suspected that the thieves had help or access to the security system of the museum. The stolen object is made of an unknown metal alloy and dates back to about 20,000 years ago. It was originally found in 1882 at a historic burial site in the Mediterranean region. Weirdly enough, the police dropped that case rather quickly and the thieves were never found. Well, to be fair, comparing to what I said earlier, currently I guess something like that could not be pulled off. Let's face it, we would know who made it. Those people are not that intelligent. Yeah. Honestly though, how do European countries allow so much trash into their place? It's crazy. This is my newest article from today's newspaper. Burglary in the museum at midnight. On Tuesday night, an unknown group of people broke into the Museum of History and Craftsmanship in Hamburg. Nothing but a single item was stolen from the archives of the museum. Okay. Historians say that the object dates back to at least 15,000 years ago. Damn! However, nothing else is known about the origin. At the current stage of investigation, no witnesses have been found. According to the curator, the object is of low monetary value, so the exact motive of the thieves is unknown. That's it. Finished looking over the articles, I sat down in my chair, taking a look at a stack of books laying on the desk. I still have to sign this soon. The books are down the streets waiting for the signed copies for a new publishing event next week. Should I practice writing my pen name a few times beforehand? Well, the busy life of being a journalist by day and an author by night. But if I didn't write these books, many mysteries that happen in the world every day would never be put down to paper. The newspapers don't want me to write about such events, but once they come in the form of a book under the guise of it being a completely fictional story, people are suddenly interested in them. Ah well, it's no use to complain about it. It is what it is. Click to interact with the objects on the desk. On the desk? I'm sorry, I didn't sleep much. Honestly. Case of the Lost Hair. A book about a young noblewoman who vanishes one day without a trace, leaving behind only questions. I changed all the names, but the events in this book are based on an abduction I heard about in France. Oh my god, please. Let's not even start about France. Secrets of a Diary. A story about an unresolved family murder. This one is not based on a specific event, but crimes like these happen everywhere, and it breaks my heart every time I hear of such a case being dropped by the police. Dude, if us Europeans didn't like France in the past, now, dude, I would not even dare to step my foot there. I hope anyone I know will not step a foot there. Dude. Like, this place is filled with animals now. I know this is getting into like touchy subjects right now, but well, the game kind of gets me there. Anyway, my good luck charm. It's an heirloom from my mom. I always carry it with me to remember her and dad. I shouldn't forget to take the charm with me when I leave the house. Okay. For now, those books have to wait. I still need to buy some groceries before the farmer's market closes. I won't be gone for long anyway. With that, I left my apartment. Did you take the charm? Not knowing what I would get myself into very, very soon. But what I would encounter that day would change me forever. Anyway, the weather was overcast and a bit foggy when I went outside. A perfect scene for a mystery novel, to be precise. As I walked down the street, I noticed some turmoil ahead. A group of my neighbors stood together discussing something. I recognized one of the women. Gertrude, an elderly woman who lived not far from my apartment. Next to her stood a police officer. I knew his face all too well. He was Officer Jaga, and it looked like he was interviewing the people. I decided to get closer. Tick, 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 tick.
Do any of you know this man in this photo?
Well, have a look. I don't know, his face is familiar.
Oh wait, isn't it Hendrik?
You're definitely right. That's Hendrik from number 17 on Resendum.
You rarely see him these days? I can't remember if I've seen him out on the street.
This man never leaves his house. Or he does.
Remote work, let's go. Wait, it's 20th century, what?
It's always at night. I think I was talking with some shady looking people recently.
Oh, I'm asking because this man was reported as missing.
Oh, he went missing?
About a week ago. Did you happen to see him sometime during last week?
No, I'm sure it was longer than that.
As the group was talking, I tried to catch a glimpse of the photo they were passing around. Yes, that was definitely a photo of Hendrik van Ferdinand. For what I knew about him, he was some sort of well-known scientist in the medical field, very well respected in the industry, or at least he was.
Didn't Hendrik fall from grace not too long ago?
Yeah, they never mention him on the radio anymore. From what I've heard, he lost his job 2 years ago. I should listen to the conversation, not getting myself involved until the police officer started to talk to me.
Don't I know you, young man?
Who? Me?
Yeah, you.
I'm not sure. I started to nervously fumble with the charm in my pocket. I did, in fact, know exactly what he meant. I'd seen him a few times at the occasional crime scene before. We did not get along well.
I'm pretty sure I know you.
He moved closer to me, looking suspiciously at my face.
Aren't you that nosy journalist?
Well, yes, I'm indeed a journalist, but I don't know about nosy. Back when journalists actually did some kind of, like, sort of respectable jobs. Now, honestly, dude, if you're a journalist, I have zero respect for you, probably. Like, the shit they write, it's... I don't read news, but once you see, like, a snippet of some article somewhere... Ugh. So much bullshit. Anyway. Honestly. Anyway.
Yes, Officer Jaga. His name is Albert Schreiber.
Ooh, Schreiber. That's nice. That's like one of the characters in Dies Irae. Oh. Anyway.
Oh, get out of here, Albert. That's none of your business.
But I also live here.
Is that so?
Yes, he does. He studied me again.
Don't care. Get lost before I write you a ticket.
A ticket? For what? For helping?
Get lost.
I slowly backed away from Officer Jaga as he pulled out a notepad and a pen from his pockets. There was no need to get in trouble, but I was curious. What was all of this about? Gertrude still looked at me. I bet she was excited about the possibility of getting me in trouble with the police. Why? But I wasn't there to give her that satisfaction. In fact, I was out there to buy groceries. So I decided to do my shopping just as planned, go back to my apartment and wait for a better time to check things out.
preferably directly at Henrik's apartment. Whoa. Also, it's kinda jumping fast between the scenes. Oh, that's why. Yes. I stepped outside my apartment again after nightfall. The air felt cold and the cloudy sky still hadn't cleared up. Let's see, which direction is Resendam?
What are you doing out so late?
Oh, Gertrude, it's you. It's not like you scared me or anything. Good evening.
Don't evade my question, young man.
I'm just running some errands, of course. You know, submitting some papers to the printer.
Albert, you're a bad liar. Are you getting into trouble again? Is this about your conversation with Officer Jug earlier today?
No. You're getting it completely wrong. I mean, I would never break into a crime scene.
You really need to stop that sort of behavior. I know you'll get yourself into trouble one day. And end up like Hendrik.
She shoved a picture of Hendrik under my nose. Did the police let her keep it? Don't worry, I know when to back out.
Albert, I'm really disappointed in you. If only you had a good family and parents to raise you. Then you would have become a proper gentleman. And not someone who sneaks around at night.
I took a deep breath. In the past, this used to anger me. But after hearing it so often, I became indifferent to it. You know what, Gertrude? I have to go now. I wish you a nice evening and good night. Better not stay outside for too long. With that, I hastily walked away before I got myself involved in more idle banter. That's right. My goal was 2 streets away, towards the bridge. V. Curiosity. After a short walk over the canal, I reached the building. I looked over the nameplates on the post box beside the entrance to determine his apartment number. Checking the door of the building, I was relieved to see that it was unlocked. Quietly, I slipped inside and up the stairway in search of apartment 202. I found it on the 2nd floor, right around the corner of the staircase. To my surprise, a yellow note hung on the door. The lock was broken. Someone already had opened it by force. I looked closer and read the little note. Crime scene. Do not enter. Police Department Speicherstadt.
Ha! As if a little note like this could stop me.
This place is a mess. Did Henrik leave me his home like this? Or is this another masterwork of the police department? Maybe there are some clues left for me so I can figure out what the hell is going on. I'll search around for a bit. Carefully I closed the door behind me. I was sure that nobody would come by at this hour of the night. But I had to be cautious. Getting caught could get me into some serious trouble. Click on the room. Okay, we have some books, a drawer, rubbish bin, some type of medical equipment, I guess, and a bookcase. Okay, let's start with bookcase. A collection of books on various topics. Let's see. Several volumes on human anatomy, and a few zoology books too. Some about physics and chemistry, but whatever. And a whole lot of books on electronics and mechanics. Hendrik worked in the medical field in the past, right? Some books on technical instruments for diagnostics. I think the company he worked for is called Maya Röntgen Technology. Röntgen Technology. But that's all I know about his past occupation. I'm sure there is nothing important for me to find in these books, so I'll leave them for the time being. Books. A diary.
Lucky find. Hopefully I can find some clues in here. It's been 3 months since I lost my position in the company. I'm running out of money, so I won't be able to afford rent. At this point, I take any job just to get the money flowing again. Not a lot of other important information here. He mostly writes about his daily life while unemployed. I'll skip forward a few pages. A nice gentleman contacted me today. I found it a bit weird that he turned up at my door out of the blue. Apparently he knew about my situation and said he had an important job offered for me. Good payment too. He handed me some papers with the details and told me he'd be back in a few days to hear my decision. I'm kind of excited about all of this. Another entry. The gentleman was back today, this time with a colleague. They wanted to know what I decided. The papers were a bit lacking in information, so I barely knew anything about the project, but I accepted anyway. Money is money, right? And at least it will keep me occupied for a while. Being unemployed for all these months had almost bored me to death. A few of the pages are missing. I guess back in the day, yeah, like getting sacked and being unemployed for a while, it could like drive you nuts, sort of, of boredom. In 21st century, yeah, it's probably not like that. Anyway, looks like they were ripped out. I want to quit this job. I'm no longer in it for the money. Everything about this project is so shady, but I'm scared of what they'll do to me if I quit. That's the last entry. Oh boy. Let's check the equipment now. Lots of mechanical tools. I have no knowledge about this kind of stuff, but they look well used. The only things I recognize are those magnifiers and some tweezers. I guess someone would need those for very intricate work, like clock making. Huh. Clock making. Drawer. What is all of this? Who censored these documents? The police? Hendrik himself? And what was on them that needed to be hidden? Couldn't they just throw documents out or burn them? What's left uncensored seems to be relevant information about the transportation of goods across Europe. I can always take another look at this later if I want to. Can you, Fall? Okay, just the rubbish box. I should look through his trash bin. There are still some paper scraps in here. I can't believe nobody turned this inside out yet. I never expected much from those police officers to begin with. I should take a closer look at the paper scraps I found earlier. Oh! Oh! I like this already. Okay, can I put it here? Nice. Okay, this seems to fit. This doesn't seem to fit. This, no. Maybe this one? It seems like it would work, but I'm not sure. This is going here. I would assume. Okay. Alright. Nope. Okay, this out. No. Maybe? Oh. No. Something seems to be incorrect. Okay. We've got it, I think. Yay! There we go. This looks like some sort of receipt. Would be easier, I mean, obviously, if there was some text on that receipt, would be easier to put it together. Of the payment for a boat docking permit? Here seems to be another set at the pier. That could be interesting. I didn't think this broke scientist would own a boat. The date on the receipt is just from last month. No wonder he ran out of money, rent money so quickly. I should check the pier. Maybe the boat is still there.
Sadly, I couldn't shake the feeling of being watched. I didn't know what it was, perhaps my intuition. But I had an urgent feeling that I shouldn't stay here any longer. I left as quickly as I could. The only thing I forgot in my hurry were the receipt scraps on the desk. A mistake I would regret shortly after. How did you... what? How did you forget about this? I left the apartment building and stepped outside. Luckily, there was no one on the street to slow me down as I continued on my way. The moon had risen far up into the night sky and gave the city a moody glow. It was a short walk back over the canal and further south towards the harbor. But on the way across the bridge, I made the second most terrifying discovery of my life. Is that someone lying there on the street? Hello? Over there, are you okay? Can you hear me? I approached to see if the person needed my help. What the fuck? The body was utterly mutilated. Several deep cuts ran across the body in seemingly random directions. The clothing was already soaked deep red. This person was dead. I slowly turned the body around to look at the face in the glow of the street lamp. My blood froze. Gertrude lay in front of me. Her dead wide eyes stared right at me. A deep red triangle was cut onto her forehead. Blood was everywhere. Then it hit me. My memory. It's so dark in here. Mama! Papa! Where are you? Mama! Papa! Mama, alright! Say something, Papa! I fiercely shook my head to get the pictures of the past out of my mind. But the present didn't look any less grim. The way Gertrude had been slaughtered looked exactly like how my parents were killed. This is bad. Really bad. Gertrude, I'm so sorry. This should have never happened to you. The same fate like my parents faced. A murder that was never solved. Because nobody seemed to care back then. I closed Gertrude's eyes and stepped back. I noticed that she still had something in her hand. It was a crumpled piece of paper. I took it and opened it up. It was the photo of Hendrik. I turned it over and something was written on the back that hadn't been there before. Stay away! Why were you here, Gertrude? Did you follow me earlier? If so, what for? Did you see something that I didn't? It became clear to me that this was a truly dangerous situation. But I had a feeling I was in too deep already. I had to figure out who killed Gertrude and what happened to Hendrik. I hope he was still alive and that there was a chance to save him before he faced the same fate. With my fearful but determined heart beating loudly, I continued onto the pier. And finally at the pier, I looked around nervously. Did someone follow me here? But nothing. I couldn't see a single soul around. I could only hear the waves splashing against the concrete. Even the noisy seagulls were asleep. I walked along the water looking for the docked boat from the receipt. I reached it a few moments later. Wouldn't it be cool to have like a house as a boat house? Yeah. To my surprise, it wasn't a sailboat, but a little well-kept houseboat. Okay, I did not read this line before that was said. I just thought that. Wow. This boat looks like it must have cost a lot of money. I'm curious now, how much would a houseboat cost? But this is the right docking spot, so this must be his houseboat. Oh, would you look at that? Just like houses. What a surprise.
Actually, even more expensive, to be honest. This one looks pretty nice. Also, I'm looking at Poland, so yeah. Actually, what about for sale? Because there is a lot that is not for sale but for rent. This is freaking awesome, actually. How much is it? Lynx, why do you care? You can't afford that for sure. Yes, I can't. I absolutely can't. It would be so cool for. Or just buy an old boat and try to do it yourself. For still, even an old boat would be expensive for sure. I don't know what's the prices for the boats. Anyway. Time to inspect it a bit more closely. I stepped onto the boat. The planks beneath my feet looked clean and well cared for. I couldn't find anything special up on the deck. Okay, if he had a houseboat, what was the point of renting an apartment? Or if he had an apartment, what was the point of renting a houseboat? What a weirdo. I went for the door leading inside, because there was nothing on the deck. And of course the thing was locked. Well, that was kind of expected, of course it's locked. But that won't stop me. I'm a professional. I reached for my wallet and pulled out a long and thin metal tool. This will do the trick. A few clicks later and the door was open. I went inside. Nothing like breaking in, huh? A pale glimmer from the lamps along the pier shines through the windows. Despite the light, it was hard to make out more than just shadows. I reached for my flashlight and turned it on, covering most of the light with my hand. I didn't want light to flash through the windows and risk anyone spotting me in here. Compared to the apartment, the interior of the houseboat is surprisingly clean and organized. Considering that and the fact that the door was still locked, I'm pretty sure nobody else has searched here yet. Well, that certainly is interesting. Let's see what kind of clues Hendrik has left. You can go under the boat. Books. Okay, books. Another diary. According to the date on the first page, this one is more recent than the other. If I'm lucky, they won't search for me here. Nobody knows I'm on this boat. I do. Maybe I can also hide the replica under the deck. Replica of what? The best decision would be to just throw it into the Elp instead. But I put so much work into it. There's still a small chance it will fall into the wrong hands anyway. I don't know. I don't know what to do. I don't know what I should do. I'll skip forward a few pages. I have no idea why, but I've heard them talking about how they want to awaken him and bring him back to Earth. I'm scared, but I know there is no way for me to run. No escape. Except one. That place. Where no human soul can follow me. Where nobody can find me. I have to hurry. I have to go. Another entry. I saw him. Saw his eyes. I can hear him. He's talking to me. Inside my head. Calling me. I'm listening. And I will follow his voice. That was the last entry. What? Did they summon some kind of demon? I hope it's a succubus. Actually, he said he saw a guy, so actually I would like to not participate in that. There is a folder with those papers inside. I mean, some papers. On the title it says Project Morgengrauen. On a closer look, I think this is a collection of his work documentation. Is this about the job Hendrik accepted? Entry number 1. Started working on Project Morgengrauen. Went through the data the team provided me.
Read section 112 and took some notes for later reference. Entry number 4. Took some photographs and additional sketches of the sample. Number 8. Run 30 interval of testing. Sample seems to be faulty or some required data is missing. Entry 11. Sample is broken beyond repair. Started working on a replica. Entry 19. New materials have been fully sourced. Construction of a new test object has started. Entry 27. First interval of testing has been mostly successful. Entry 32. Second interval of testing has been completed. The replica seems to be working but unstable upon use. Added user instructions to data section 17. Entry 45. Notice visual side effects while working with the new test object. This needs further investigation. And that's the last entry in the documentation. I have no idea what this is all about, but it seems to be some serious intel. Yeah, I mean maybe about what he hid here. There is a hatch on the floor. It's not locked. What is in there? Engine? An open cardboard box with some triangle-shaped metal pieces inside. What is this? A puzzle? A toy? No. The edges are too sharp to be a toy. Maybe it's some sort of machine? The parts don't look broken and it does seem like they fit together? I don't think there's anything else in here that could be of use. Maybe I can find a way to reassemble those triangle pieces. Oh crap. It looks like all pieces should snap together easily. Let me give this a try. To rotate. Oh my god. Or wait. No. Okay, but I kind of sort of see what might be happening here. Nope. Okay, this one will not be the one for sure. This doesn't look like it as well. Yeah. Oh, maybe? Close, but no. Maybe? Nope. That's pretty close. Oh. Okay, this must be it. Right? This got to be it. This got to be that. Yeah, this one would not work there, and this one for sure as well, I would say. Yeah. Okay. How should we go? I think this one fits here. Yeah. Now it's gonna be trial and error, I think. Almost. No. Not really. Wait, this might be here. Yeah. Okay. Actually, this might be. No, actually, I don't know this one. Oh, nice. This fits nice now here. Oh, that was a perfect fit from. No, it's perfect fit here, but it doesn't connect here. Okay.
Okay, that's a little sad. Now it's a perfect. Okay. Now it's a perfect fit. Okay, so we need 2 lines at the bottom. This doesn't work at all here. It works here for. Dude, who would have thought I would be doing a puzzle like this today? Okay. We've got it. There we go. It's one whole piece now. Wait, I think I recognize this. Do you? What? Right. This was one of the objects stolen from the museum. Oh god. It is. No, it can't be. It looks so new. Maybe this is the replica that Hendrik wrote about reconstructing? But what am I supposed to do with? No. Uh-oh. Before I could finish my thought, a bright light filled the space. My vision went blurry as the furniture around me slowly vanished into nothingness. And what happened next? We will find out tomorrow! Because I'm that kind of person. What just happened? We'll find out tomorrow, yes. You know what? This seems super interesting, not gonna lie. Also, again, I was yawning because I'm super tired. I barely slept, actually. So, that is that. When I don't have, obviously, enough sleep, I yawn a lot. But this case, I'm into this. I like this. I mean, I like detective style kind of environment and so on. So, of course, I'd be into this. But we'll continue tomorrow. For now, hope you enjoyed. Consider liking the video, of course. Subscribe if you're new. Subscribe if you're new. That's always very much appreciated. And also, if you're into stuff like Twitch, Twitter, Instagram, you can consider following me there too. The links are on in the description. Also, regarding the madness of Redacted that we are playing, I'm linking it in the description for you, of course. The game is on itch.io and it is free. So if you want, you can check it out yourself and find out if you are faster at beating those puzzles than me, which I bet you are. Anywho, hope you all have a wonderful day and hopefully I'll see you tomorrow in the next episode. Bye bye.